Starting today, we're looking after her. You can't have kids, so you must be thrilled, right?
3 years into our marriage, my husband suddenly brought home his niece. To make matters worse, she was a result of his sister's affair. Deciding on his own to raise her at our home? That's the height of irresponsibility. I won't just go along with this. They won't get their way with me. My name is Priscilla. I'm 30, living the typical life of a dual-income couple with my husband Randolph. We don't have any kids, not because of health issues, but financial reasons. We dream of buying our own home and must be careful with our financial planning. We have decided to wait until we have saved enough for a down payment and birth costs. Since Randolph usually gets home late, I always prepare dinner while waiting for him.
I'm home, Priscilla. What a day.
Welcome back. Dinner's almost ready. Go wash your hands.
What's cooking? It smells amazing.
It's your favorite meat sauce pasta.
Really? I'll wash my hands right now. By the way, any chance for seconds?
Of course, there's plenty.
Awesome. I'll have 3 plates then.
He always enjoys the dishes I make. The seasoning differs from what he's used to, but seeing him relish every bite makes me not care anymore. Our relationship with the in-laws is balanced, not too close, not too distant. But there's one shadow over our life, Randall's sister, Garnet. 5 years younger than us, Garnet is a real piece of work. She looks sweet, but in reality, she's a flirt and not the nicest person. She's one of the worst people I have ever met. Lately, every time we meet, she belittles me. You probably weren't popular in school, were you? Despite her rude question, I try to answer lightheartedly. Well, I was more into basketball in school, never really interested in dating. That's what unpopular people always say. Were you one of them? It's not an excuse. I just wasn't interested in romance. Yeah, I get it. Clearly, you're not the popular type. Garnet, that's quite rude. But it's true, right? Got under your skin? Enough of that. Let's drop it. You know, when I walk around town, I get scouted as a model. It's so hard to shop peacefully. Maybe I should take you as a bodyguard? Garnet always makes me her verbal punching bag. What's worse is that she acts without any remorse. The most stressful part is that my husband's family spoils her rotten. Both sets of parents and even my husband dote on her, letting her say whatever she pleases without any reprimand. Apparently, her beauty has always made her the family's darling. Her skin is as white as porcelain, her hair a fluffy platinum blonde, and her body delicately petite, like a doll. As a result, she's always fawned over by everyone around her and has morphed into a rather arrogant monster. Just the other day, something happened when we visited my in-laws. My sister-in-law noticed a bag I have been using for years and laughed at it, pointing her finger. Wait, what's with your bag, sis? What? Is there something wrong with my bag? Isn't it a bit too worn out? How many years have you been using it? Well, it's been about 3 years, but I don't think it's all that worn out. The handle's color is fading a bit, isn't it? I would be too embarrassed to use it. I like this bag. I don't mind if it's a little worn out. I just keep using it because it's important to me. Upon hearing this, my sister-in-law burst out laughing, a smirk of contempt on her face. Sis, you must have become stingy because you don't get hit on, right? What? What does that have to do with not getting hit on? At my irritation, she looked up at me, pouting her lips. It does matter. If I want something, guys immediately buy it for me. But you don't have that, do you? Why would I wouldn't ask strangers to buy me personal items. I can do that because I'm popular. If I ask, everyone will buy me anything. It's tough being so popular, but it's a blessing. At this, even I was at a loss for words. Then one day, I received an email from Garnet saying she wanted to talk about something, and she visited our condo, and then she uttered something utterly shocking. Hey sis, guess what? I'm dating a married man right now. What? A married man? He even has kids. Whoa, wait a minute. What are you saying? Isn't that pretty bad? Don't be so straightforward, sis. Everyone's cheating. It's not a big deal. That's not okay, and he even has a wife and kids. Stop nagging. I didn't come here to be lectured. I came here to brag about being hit on by a married man. What on earth is she saying? She said she had a problem and asked me to make time for her. What is this all about? She's not in trouble. She's bragging? I can't believe it. Garnet, cheating is not okay. You should end that relationship as soon as possible. Oh, well, I guess you wouldn't understand because you're not popular. What a waste of time. With that, she quickly left. Since then, I couldn't stand her and tried to avoid her as much as possible. It was 6 months later when my sister-in-law got pregnant with a child from the married man. I couldn't believe what my husband told me and had to ask him to repeat it several times. Huh? Garnet is pregnant with a child from the man she cheated with? You're kidding, right?
Yeah, and her belly is already pretty big, so it seems she has no choice but to give birth.
But how will she raise it? And won't the man's wife demand compensation?
She's already been demanded, but she says she's definitely going to have the baby.
What? She didn't just cheat with a married man, she got pregnant too? My disgust for my sister-in-law was beyond control. My contempt deepened and I found myself unable to... Despite everything that's been going on, you feel sympathy? I can't believe it. One day, out of frustration, I confronted my husband. Listen, Randall, this is really getting out of hand.
Oh, what's out of hand?
Garnet, it's already bad enough she had an affair as a married woman, but why on earth aren't you scolding her for getting pregnant too?
Scolding? Look, Garnet is struggling, isn't she? This is her first pregnancy and emotionally...
My voice naturally rose against my husband's careless droning. Struggling? That's not the point. Think about the other woman. She has a kid, and her husband cheated on her, and the woman he cheated with is pregnant now. Garnet should certainly be remorseful, don't you think?
Why are you so angry? Don't you feel sorry for Garnet at all, Priscilla?
Sorry? Sorry for what? The one at fault is Garnet who had the affair, isn't it?
That's enough. I didn't realize you could be so cold, Priscilla.
What? Why am I the one being blamed here? The ones with messed up morals are my husband and his family, right? I continued to argue with my husband, but he wouldn't listen. I kept my distance from my sister-in-law and lived independently until... My husband suddenly said something outrageous.
I've been thinking, we should take in Garnet's baby.
What? What are you talking about? How could you even think like that?
Well, Garnet said, you can take care of it if you want. We don't have kids of our own, so...
That's not the point. Stop being so impulsive. Why have we been living a planned life till now? To my desperate pleas, my husband said something even more preposterous.
After all, Garnet will be the one giving birth, so it won't put any burden on you, Priscilla. Plus, if Garnet were to get married to someone else, the child would be a nuisance, wouldn't it?
What?
Anyways, this decision is final. Start preparing to welcome a child, alright?
The cruelty of my husband's casual words filled me with fear. He's serious? We are supposed to take care of a child conceived through my sister-in-law's affair? It's fine just because we don't have kids? That's absurd. My distrust and disgust towards my husband only grew day by day. Living together was starting to feel unbearable. My in-laws, who did nothing to scold my sister-in-law, said this to me.
Well, Garnet is young and attractive. She could get married to another man in the future. Considering that, it's best for you and Randolph to raise Garnet's child.
Yeah, Garnet's child would surely be adorable, whoever raises it. It's still our grandchild after all. I panicked and put a stop to my in-laws' excited rambling. Wait. Are you serious? I don't plan to...
Well, aren't you infertile, Priscilla? Is there any problem?
You've been married for quite a while now and haven't gotten pregnant. It's lucky that Garnet could have a baby for you. Or are you just jealous that Garnet is pregnant? Jealous? For the record, I'm not infertile. We have planned to start trying for a baby after considering things like buying a house. Even my husband, who should have been on my side, joined in the ridicule.
Hey, Priscilla, jealousy isn't a good look.
I am not jealous.
So you're just upset your little sister beat you to it, huh?
What? The family's ethics are beyond my comprehension. A few weeks later, my sister-in-law gives birth to the married man's child and my husband comes home holding the newborn. With a wide smile, he tells me,
We're going to take care of this baby from now on.
You?
You're kidding, right? Despite everything I said, you actually brought the baby home? Come on, aren't you happy, Priscilla? You can't have kids after all. Stop it. I told you I am not infertile. We agreed to wait until we have saved enough money. But didn't I also tell you that jealousy isn't a good look? Stop envying Garnet. Can't be helped, right? Unlike you, Garnet is cute and attractive.
In that moment, my anger reached its peak. I can't be in a marriage with this man anymore. I tell my husband calmly, if you want to take care of that child so badly, then do it on your own.
On my own?
He quickly raises an eyebrow.
Who do you think you are? I took in the child for you too.
For me? Stop joking. I refused countless times. Despite that, you brought the child home anyway. How is that for me?
Enough. If you are going to refuse this child so much, we're getting a divorce.
Perfect, because that's what I want too. I can't be married to someone like you anymore. I pulled out the divorce papers I had prepared in advance and he signs them looking like a demon.
There, I signed it. Are you happy now?
Thank you. I'll file these then. As I gather my belongings to leave, he throws the divorce papers at me.
You're so stubborn and not cute at all. Have fun living a lonely life.
Living a lonely life? I wonder who's really going to end up like that. Barely suppressing a grin, I leave the house I had lived in for so many years. After our divorce, my ex-husband apparently moved out of our condominium to live with his parents. His parents were overjoyed to be able to live off their son's income and quickly quit their jobs. He must have been very happy to be relied upon by his parents as he was determined to work hard for his parents and daughter. One day, I unexpectedly run into my friend Shirley while walking in the city. She works at the same company as my ex-husband, so she already knows about our divorce. I was quite shocked by the truth she told me. Wait, he's saying I cheated? Yeah, he's been saying at work that he found out you were cheating while you were pregnant, that the baby might not even be his. Everyone's been feeling really sorry for him. Why did you tell me, Priscilla? Hold on a second. I didn't cheat and I didn't even have a baby. Wait, what do you mean? I explained everything to Shirley. Upon hearing this, Shirley became furious, turned bright red and promised to tell everyone the truth at work. My ex-husband, cornered by Shirley, frantically tried to make excuses. Randall? How dare you spread lies about Priscilla cheating?
What? I never lied.
Your daughter? She's not Priscilla's daughter, is she? She's your sister's child. Your sister is the one who cheated and you decided to take the child all by yourself. Priscilla was so disgusted she left you. That's the truth, isn't it?
No. Priscilla was the one who cheated. My sister had nothing to do with it.
Oh, really? Well, shall we call Priscilla now? It will be easy to confirm if she gave birth.
Oh, well.
Shirley quickly exposed my ex-husband's lies. He faced heavy criticism from everyone at the company. Ultimately, he was summoned by his boss, leading him to lose his place in the company and resign. With no income, his parents quickly turned cold and it seemed like he was on the verge of being kicked out of their home. In a sudden change of heart, he reached out to me.
Priscilla, I was wrong. Please help me.
When I answered the phone, my feelings were icy cold. Help you? What are you talking about now?
I'll leave Gardner's child at home, so please, let's try again.
I was utterly fed up with him. Still spouting convenient things in this situation? As if to vent all the resentment I had been holding, I poured out my feelings onto him. Enough. Who are you to say help me or let's try again? It's too late to be so shameless. Who do you think ended our marriage? It was all your own selfish decisions.
I'm sorry. I'll apologize, so please forgive me.
Why would I forgive you, you idiot? A senseless man like you? I reject you. Not having a child was the best decision. Thank you for allowing me to divorce you without any regrets.
Calm down, hey!
I will never forgive you. I have no intention of having anything to do with you again. Whatever happens to you, I don't care. Just fall, you fool. After letting out everything I wanted to say, I hung up the phone. In that moment, I blocked his number. According to rumors, my ex-husband begged his parents and they let him stay in their house under the condition he covers his own living expenses. However, he was unable to secure another job and in desperation resorted to borrowing money from an illegal lender with exorbitant interest rates. Now his whole family lives in fear of debt collectors. My farmer sister-in-law also faced troubles as the wife of the man she cheated with demanded a large sum of money as compensation. Her friends discovered her affair and she quickly lost their respect. Having had an affair with a married man and dumped the child on her real brother, she's now struggling without any men around her. Meanwhile, I rented a condominium near my workplace and have been enjoying my single life. I used to think that I couldn't imagine a life without a husband, but now I genuinely believe that it was a good thing to divorce. If I ever get involved with someone again, I want to avoid making the same mistakes. To grab my own happiness, I'm determined to discern people properly.